Okay, today I'm gonna talk about the Temple of Providence and the Temple of Athena. So here's a picture of the Temple of Providence, which is made in the Roman period, and here's another picture of the Temple of Athena, which was made earlier than the Temple of Providence in the Greek period. And so first, the Temple of Athena. So the Temple of Athena was made during the archaic period in Greek times, and the function of this temple is to dedicate to the Athena. So it was made during the 490 to 500 BCE. That is a time where takes a lot of like changes about the architecture like temples of that. And the temple is very large. This is the size for the temple of Athena. And here's the temple of the Protanas. So as you can see, there are four columns in the front and six columns like on the side. So this temple is also very large. It is made during the Roman period, and the function of this is also similar to the temple of Athena, which is dedicated to the god, another god, Protanas. This god is the god of doorway, life, dogs, and like that at that time. So I'm gonna do a little comparison between the two temples. So first of all, the temple of Protanas, Athena, it is obviously a Doric temple. There are six columns in the front and 12 columns at at each side of the temple. And as you can see from the capital, the Doric temple, it has a very simple like capital. As you can see from the shape, there are not a lot of uh, like decorations on the kind of capital. And about the temple of Protanas, it is different from the temple of Athena because it's an ionic kind of style. So there are four columns in the front and two in the on two sides of it. And this is a very typical like picture of the temple, the Ionic temple. As you can see, it is like more decorated, and there are a lot of ornaments like on the capital. And the two temples are also like they're of different styles. So the first of all, the temple of Athena, it is the peripteral hexis style, and the temple of Providence, it is pseudo-personal style. So what's the difference between the two styles? So this is the kind of the playing of the two styles. As you can see, the temple peripheral style, there are like there is basically a peripheral columns around the scylla in the middle, and there are six columns in the front and also in the back. And about the pseudo peripheral, there is also a scylla in the middle of the temple, but there are like freestanding columns around the scylla. And so the hexastyle, which is a peripheral hexastyle, it is a very common style in the Greek period. For example, the temple of Hera and the temple of Apollo and the temple of Hestos. So these three pictures show you like how the Texas style look like. They all like this is the only like the best picture I can find about the temple of Apollo is this rock, and you can see from the temple of They both have a cellar in the middle. But what's the difference is that the Temple of the Fine Art and the cellar is divided by two rows of five columns, and they all raised up from the ramp, so people can have access by walking on the ramp, and they are all like dedicated to God.